Present.
Mayor Mike Pastuchak.
Present. Public discussion, this is, if anybody in the audience has something that's not on the agenda, you can come up to the mic. If it's on the agenda, we'll get to it then. Okay, well, I see no rush, so I will move on. Approval of the minutes of April 6th and April 11th. We'll take them together.
I'll move to approve.
We have a motion.
Oh, right, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay, it passes. Our screens aren't working.
Yeah, they are. Oh,
It passed 3-0. Yeah, I see that, but these screens aren't working?
part of
No, we don't, they're not, the big screens aren't working.
these.
Either there's that one up there or that one there. How about the walls up here for the audience to see, no?
No, the audience, that one doesn't work.
Okay, and those don't work either? Sorry.
Yet again, got a paper towel. No? This says cable not connected.
Then it won't work.
Can I turn it off
Jeez.
then?
She has an IT degree, doesn't she?
Which button is that?
The on-off switch.
Yeah, well, there's
I know.
8 buttons under there.
Approval of the agenda as posted or amended. Does anybody want to pull any items? Or are we good?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as posted.
Okay. You need to click,
I'll second.
okay. Pass 3-0. Approval of the consent calendar as posted or amended, or posted, I guess.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we do have a proclamation before we get on to the next item, if you all don't mind. Chief, could you come up here, please? Can you hear me? So this is Law Enforcement Appreciation Month, and, as you know, I'm a big supporter of the first responders and law enforcement, and when I say law enforcement, I'm talking about your entire team, your dispatchers, your CSOs, your officers, yourself, and so I'd like to, present you with a proclamation in honor of Law Enforcement Appreciation Month. I'm gonna read this. Whereas law enforcement officers put their lives on the line each day, their selfless commitment to serve and protect our communities comes with great sacrifice for them and their families. Whereas they have the most horrendous events and must act immediately to keep peace and to help save lives. We must remember, they do this day after day throughout their entire career. They're human beings with real feelings and emotions, and it's difficult to shut off the day's events at the doorsteps of their homes. Whereas being in law enforcement is even more difficult these days with all the new constraints placed on them. Staff shortages, skyrocketing crime, ambush, worries, lax laws, and lack of respect for what they do. Many things have led to a severe shortage of officers, which can impact our well-being and safety. Now therefore, I, Michael Pastuchak, Mayor of the City of Ripley, in honor of Law Enforcement Appreciation Month, do hereby recognize law enforcement officers and extend to all of you our sincere gratitude for what you do. May God keep you safe.
I'll just say, I want to thank the city council and our community for your continued support, and we appreciate it.
Who's got a camera?
You can do something.
Here.
Leo, you didn't want one of these?
Well, I wanted to get out of the picture. That's all I needed was my squirrely face looking around the corner.
Okay, now we go on to discussion items, 122 North Elm Avenue Townhouse Project. Staff to present the conceptual townhouse project proposed at 122 North Elm Avenue and receive direction from the city council. Sorry you all can't see this, but
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor, fellow council members. As you know, we did contract a while back, in December, we contracted with an architect to kind of lay out some design options to see the feasibility or what they could fit on that property over there by the library. Currently, there's a warehouse there that I think Public Works uses a little bit. It came with the purchase of the property when we bought the library property. So we've been trying to figure out a little bit more viable uses for that property. One of the ideas was to put some affordable housing there that we could sell off as condo units. He did have come up with some conceptual design and floor plans a little bit for the units. They could fit about 3 units there, and it would have also each would have a single car garage, and then there would be a covered parking area that would house another 4 vehicles. So on the site. There's, in your packet, there's a couple elevation views, and there's also colored rendering of the project. And then I did put on your chair or desk there kind of how that project would lay out. I think that was kind of missing a little bit out of the design of how that would look there. Staff is just looking for direction this evening to possibly move forward. Obviously, we don't have any cost yet, but we do want to spend some more time putting costs together. We would be looking at redoing the alleyway from Elm Avenue all the way to Locust, as we've done other alleys in the downtown with the pavers. There are some overhead utility lines that would run through there that we would be trying to underground as well to clean that up. It would be going right in front of the units there. And then go ahead and building the condo units. We would have to subdivide the property to do condos and on those properties be able to sell them off as individual units. And that's about it. They're 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath units would be proposed. They're about 1,600 square foot, a little over 1,600 square feet each. They do have about a 10-foot rear yard area and covered patio in the backyard. And in the front has some balconies that would overlook kind of the parking lot and Main Street a little bit on each of the units. So with that being said, I'll turn it over to you, council, if you have any questions, or like I said, we are just looking for some direction to keep kind of moving forward on getting some costs and getting back in front of the council with this.
So Ken, I've got some questions. One, you're calling them condos, but they look more like townhouses. So are you just selling off the airspace?
Yeah, so we would be selling off each unit individually, yes.
Okay, are they gonna have a fee into the land?
Yeah, they would have a common area that they would have to maintain, obviously the parking
Right,
area.
but are they gonna own the land too?
No, well, I'm not certain, we'd have to work through some
Well,
of that.
that's the difference between a
Yeah.
condo and a townhouse.
Yeah. If we can do townhouses with them, with that common area, we would do that, and sell them off. We're looking to sell them and not rent them,
Right.
obviously. So either condoing them up or townhouse units. I know like Tiffany Circle over there, right off of Gilbert, those are all condominium units. They have common area where they have the swimming pool that's all maintained by the HOA that's put in place there. That's what we kind of envision these would be sold off that way.
The 4 parking spaces, that's that little X square on the right-hand side?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Can I just make a couple, I'm just looking at these, so I just wanna make sure
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
looking at.
certainly.
So what, are you looking for like details now or just kinda conceptually?
Just we would, looking for conceptual, obviously this is the conceptual plans that they put together. They're more of a craftsman style that kind of blend in with the downtown or the older district down there. We are looking for enough direction from council to be able to go out and start putting together plans for these things. So we would be looking at materials and things like that.
Well, okay, because I don't know what the floor plan ought to be like, but I would certainly consider like some very, like a presidential roof on this thing. I certainly wouldn't put tile or.
Right.
You can't do shake, well, I guess you could do shake, but get it treated. And then this stuff over here in front looks like T111. I would stay away from wood.
Yeah, that's actually a batten board siding, mostly like a Craftsman style home.
Okay.
It's not T111 siding,
Okay.
it'd be more, but that would all be spec'd out when we put the plans together and the material types.
Because you want to get this stuff as low maintenance as you can get
Right.
it. Okay, all right. Other than that, I don't know.
I think it fits.
Yeah, it does.
We've got the money to do something like this, and it's a good place to do it. I can't see any reason why not.
I agree.
I might wanna buy one too.
Can you describe a little bit more the detail on site improvements? So the alley, the access, the area around this building?
Certainly, and we would fine tune a lot of that as we get through more of the
Yeah.
design, but the way the design is now, obviously the alley is a 20-foot alley that goes through there, it runs right behind the library, from Elm Avenue all the way to Locust. Pretty bad shape if you've been down it. We would be doing pavers throughout that alley. We do have a couple alleys in the downtown area that, from end to end. We also, in front of the units, it would probably put some sort of sidewalk system in front of the units so it kind of defines their space a little bit more. Also gives them a pathway to the public sidewalk out there on Elm Avenue to get in and out. So that would be one of the other site improvements. Also, if you've driven down that alley and looked at anything, there is some overhead utility lines. We would be undergrounding all those just because trying to do two-story units there, they would have power lines running right in front of them. So that would be kind of the third bigger improvement that would go on in that area.
You know, Ken, the other thing you should think about doing is redoing that parking lot for the library while you're there. I mean, I don't know how you redo it. I don't know if it's sealed or what you do, but that's not a very good shape.
Different source of money.
But, yeah, but while you're out there,
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I agree,
Yeah.
It ought to be looked at to see what,
yeah,
Yeah,
while you're out.
that project is, they're looking at doing that on the next roadway project, to do like a microsurface ceiling, similar to what they did over at the senior center. I know the engineering department's working on it, I don't know the timing of it, but I believe the next roadway project, the next resurfacing project, that parking lot is gonna get the same treatment that the senior center got,
Okay.
just so you're aware.
Okay, I was just thinking while you were out there, but if you're doing it, yeah, okay.
Ken, there wouldn't be any landscaping associated with this, is that correct?
Oh, there would be. So, part of the plan shows.
Vegetation, I mean, trees or?
Yeah. So the part of the
Walnut-
plan, and that would be
walnuts.
detailed out a little bit further, but part of the plan, there's some trees and such along Elm Avenue there, just some areas there, and also in front of each unit has a small little area for landscaping. And of course, each unit could do their backyard, the way they want, or we've done in the past on some of these affordable units is actually just landscape the backyards and sold them as kind of finished off that way. A lot of our affordable houses, we've done that, just some basic landscaping and such, so it would include that.
They can be walnut trees?
palm trees.
That definitely will not pay for the project that way.
Whatever you plant something, the roots go down, not out and up.
Do you need any action or,
No, just direction to kind of keep moving forward. Obviously, I gotta put some costs together for the council to consider on this. And that's kind of the driving factor for these and what we think we could sell these for. So, that would be our next steps, is putting some staff time into this, putting these together and bringing it back in front of council. So-
yeah?
Sounds
As
like
far as I'm
everybody,
concerned, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it looks like you got 3 ups.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ken, appreciate it. Okay, well, I'm gonna beat the record. Okay, that's it.
No, reports.
No, I know, but that's it in terms of items to discuss. Now we're gonna go to the reports. Chief?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, honorable city council, members of the public, tomorrow night at 7 PM, we have our next community meeting for our area of responsibility number 2, which is northeast Ripon, east of North Stockton, North Ripon Road, and north of Mill Jail. That'll be the target area, but they'll also be covering some generalities within the community of some trends that are going on. That'll be put on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in our Emergency Operations Center by Sergeant Paul Staley.
Good, thanks, Chief. Kai? Nothing to report. Ken, anything else?
Yeah, really quick, we do have a planning commission meeting up this next Monday. We got about 4 items we're considering, so if you are looking for some action or bored that night, come on out and join us.
Looking forward to it. James?
Yeah, the only thing I have is the water conservation numbers for April, so we were at 30% lower than our 2013 numbers and 20% lower than our 2022 numbers, last year's numbers, 88 million gallons for the month, so.
Good, thanks. Tom?
I'll be attending the League of Cities annual City Attorneys Conference next week, so pick up some new insights and bore you with the details when I get back.
Is that in Newport, or is that?
It's going to be in Monterey.
Oh, that's good, closer then. Councilman Barton?
Yes, just wanted to mention another really nice Love Rippin' event. Annette Schroen and her team do a great job organizing that. Kelly does a wonderful job providing publicity for it, and it's a neat community event. It is it's wonderful to see how many people in this town turn out for that. Just by comparison, we had almost as many people volunteer for Love Ripon as Manteca had for Love Manteca. And they are a city of, what, 6 times our size? Thank you, Kelly, and the team that does that. That is all.
We love Ripon more. Vice Mayor Zuber?
Just one thing on behalf of Councilman DeGraff, thank you all for attending this evening.
Make sure that gets in the records, please, because he will be very proud of Vice Mayor Zuber. At least it didn't get missed, and I don't have anything. You guys have anything? Anything else? Is that it? Okay, meeting adjourned. Pretty quick.
Now, Robin went to the school board meeting last night. She didn't get home till